which used to sit right there, it chucked that whole big wow, man.
This. Oh yeah, that's shattered pretty good.
Ooh.
The wall's nice. I mean, we got a good.
Here's my office.
That's where the plate's at. Go from there all the way back to here. That's the plate.
Pastor Phil here, our Main Street mile. Many of you might not know South Main Street is where our church anchors South Main. We're at the end of South Main. And we got hit by a tornado over the weekend, if you haven't heard that. Many of you have probably heard that by now. And so we are working through the complications of CountyRd and what does it look like to fix, at least externally, the church. You should know on the front end that, you know, no one was hurt, no lives were lost. And actually the tornado, which is rare, by the way, in October in Minnesota, I think if I saw the stats right, since 1950, there's only been 28 confirmed tornado touchdowns. And so we're part of that statistic now. I guess 29 or 30. There's a couple that touched down over the weekend. Anyways, the statistics aside, one of the great things that did not happen, I guess, is a way to say that is we're just really glad that we kind of took the brunt of it, and also the Ford dealership down 71 a little way. Some of their roof came off, but the trajectory, which by some of the stats was about 150-yard wide swath, so there's trees down on both sides here, went overneath or over the roundabout. You guys are used to me shooting videos towards the roundabout, and here's the opposite way towards the church. So it went over the roundabout and actually was heading towards two really good sized apartment complexes. So I say all of that because they were spared, and so great that we kind of hit buildings that people weren't occupying at the time. I think it was like Saturday night at 10:30 or a little bit later than that. Just kind of a quick touchdown, and went about maybe a block or block and a half or so. And so grateful that I'm able to share this video with you. As far as our church sustaining some damage, lift much of the roof off of our gymnasium. Lots of windows and doors were busted out. Some of that was because of debris hitting it. Otherwise, it was just the kind of the negative pressure compression of that. It's kind of fascinating to see the power of something like that, and even the twist of it. Some things went south, other things went north, and it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around it. One of the great things about this whole thing, besides it not hitting the apartment complexes, is just the outreach from the community to us. Lots and lots of churches that said, hey, if you can use us, lots of businesses reciprocating too. You know, how can we help you? Sunday morning we were meeting, and one of the local bistros gave us some coffee and donuts, and so just really cool to see the community step back towards us as we love on the community, and now's a chance for community to love on us. We are going to take up the offer on some of those churches or buildings, as far as some of our small groups and just kind of the immediacy of some meeting places, some space to meet. But as you can see, there's a bunch of yellow specks on top of the building, the crane and everything. We were blessed by just some connections to our insurance guy is coming this morning, and we want to get this thing capped because today's Tuesday, and Wednesday there's another storm rolling in. And so we want to get some sort of membrane, but even more than that, I think it's going to be the final roof. And so just to get this expedited so quickly in just about a 24 to 48 hour time is nothing short of a miracle. So we're thanking God for that. And it's going to take a little while to get the guts, the inside dried out. My office, the youth room got hit pretty hard as far as water damage. And it's going to take a while to strip that out and get it all dried out. So our student ministry is going to go mobile at least through the remainder of October. However, the power company was able to put up a new pole and get power to our north campus, and our chapel is all powered up. And I don't think this is too premature, but we're actually going to be able to use our north campus for church on Sunday. So unless you hear otherwise, just assume that we're having church back on the north side of our campus. Now, it might look a little different. We might flip the auditorium around or do something depending on what the damage looks like in between the two campuses, kind of that sheer wall in between. Anyways, thought I'd give you that update and maybe all of that to announce as we go mobile. And again, don't forget, just thank you for all of those that want to support and reach out. Stay tuned. There might be some opportunities to do that. Right now, we're kind of letting the professionals take care of that. This Wednesday, our first mobile site is going to be at Corey and Audra Hill's, Tristan Hill's house. 7 o'clock is our student ministry night. FSM will meet out there. And I'll try to put the address alongside here. Next Wednesday, MEA week, in fact, but that Wednesday night there is a football game, but I believe it's at Thief River Falls, and so there's not a huge chunk going, but there's a good portion of you that will be missed going to the football game. And so the Donatellis are going to host us that night, and that'll be at 7 o'clock also the following Wednesday night. This week, though, tomorrow, Wednesday night, is at the Hills house. And then we'll play the rest of it kind of by ear through the rest of the month. Some other events going on. We have our fall fire at Camp Lebanon is over MEA weekend. And so the 22nd through the 24th, Friday through Sunday, there's still spots available if you're interested in going. And connect with me if you still need to fill out application or whatever to go to camp. We want you to go to camp with us. Good times, memories to be made. That's basically it. There's some other things going on, like release time is starting up. We're still in need of some bus drivers and some teachers and stuff, so be praying for that. Otherwise, enjoy what's left of this extended summer. Pretty odd to have the sunshine just beating down on us this late in October, and just enjoying that. And continue to pray. You know, there's some people that are grieving and processing, and it's going to be work ahead of us. But we pray that God can leverage that to share His story. You know, in the midst of us going through hardship. I mean, isn't this a good picture of that? That life is hard. Life is hard. And so it gives us an opportunity, like, how are we going to react to that? How are we going to be proactive and to see? And sometimes you don't even know in hindsight what God's purposes are, and to point blame at this or that or whatever, that's maybe beyond the scope of our limitations and knowledge. But we're just so grateful for another opportunity as people reach out to us to reach back out to them and have a conversation about Jesus, whatever that means. Looking forward to seeing you on this Wednesday and the Wednesdays ahead. And we'll keep you posted on other calendar things. Love you guys.